Hello everyone. A very good morning, afternoon, and evening to all, dear authors and invited guests. Welcome to Technical Session 8D. My name is Anisha, and this session would be moderated by me on behalf of Foundation and GR Scholastic LLP. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the Third World Conference on Information uh, Systems for Business Management, ISBM 2024, Bangkok, Thailand. The third edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event was held in Bangkok, Thailand, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom today and yesterday, that is 12th and 13th of September 2024. I hope you all will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive sessions throughout the day. So in this session, we have 6 presentations, and each presenter will be given 12 minutes for the presentation and 3 minutes for question and answers. And on 10 minutes, I'll be raising a gentle reminder. There's also another request to please stay with us with the closing of the session. And if you have any update or query, you can write it to me in the chat box. So just before we start the session, I'd like to introduce you all to the chair for the session, which is Dr. Amita Sharma. She's an assistant professor, selection grade CS and IT IS deemed to be University, Jaipur, India. She has more than 13 years of teaching experience. Her areas of interest are software engineering, networking and security, data mining and knowledge discovery, database systems, web services, Vedic science, and modern theory. So I welcome you to the session, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're clearly audible.
Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. And I hope all the presenters will definitely present their ideas in a wonderful way. And I'm looking forward to them. Thank you so much.
Okay, ma'am. Now we'll begin with the session. So our very first presenter is Papa Isa Diop with the paper title, A Deep Analysis of the Integration of Big Data Analytics in Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises, SMEs, for Sustainable Development. But as a very few participants have joined, I don't see him in the session. So there is Vaishnavi. Vaishnavi, you can present first. That would be fine with you.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll just give a brief of Vaishnavi. Yeah. So we have Vaishnavi Mudlapur with the paper title Revitalizing Bengaluru's Tourism Landscape and Urban Design Vision Rooted in Vijayanagar Empire Heritage. So yeah, Vaishnavi, you can start with your presentation.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Good morning, all. My name is Vaishnavi Mudlapur. I'll be graduating from PES University, Bangalore as a designer. I have a bachelor's degree in design, and today I will be presenting my college thesis paper that is Revitalizing Urban Design Heritage Rooted in Vijayanagar Empire. Please let me know if my screen is visible.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Let me just, yeah. All right. So my topic today is revitalizing Bengaluru's tourism landscape. It is an urban design project that has taken from the roots and history of Vijayanagar, which is known as Hampi in today's historical knowledge and world. Just a second. Yeah. The context of this research is on integrating design elements, physical design elements, into modern urban design spaces around Bangalore, the city of Bangalore, so as to attract the local and the international tourists and also raise awareness. The aim of this research is to make sure it is sustainable and cost effective because these kind of projects usually take time and a lot of cooperation and partnership. So I aim on getting a sustainable and cost-effective design through this framework. The primary, secondary, and tertiary stakeholders involved are listed here. First, as I mentioned before, comes the local and international tourists, then the community that are present in the city itself, such as people like me, and then the tourism board and organizations who play an important role in getting permissions, etc., for designs like mine to get approved based on the kind of materials used, the kind of scalability that it requires, and all that. And then the business providers for the same, so as to improvise the marketing and the reach. Well, firstly, before I talk about this, I did a little bit of secondary based research through websites and knowledge based on the internet. Then I visited the city of Hampi for 4 days for the sake of my thesis, so that I get more in-depth knowledge about each of these elements, each of these temples that are based out of the area, and get a better understanding of how they were culminated and how I could incorporate it in a city like Bangalore, which is very forward thinking, technology forward, and how it can still stay rooted to the cultural elements. So these are a few snippets from my study tour. And here I talk about the styling concept. Moving on. I also conducted a primary research wherein I rolled out a Google form asking what kind of history background do the people that I am talking to have. And there are very famous places in Bangalore, such as Kabban Park, Lal Bagh, which are very notable areas known across India. And I asked them what are the architectural differences that you see here and how it can be incorporated in my design. After visiting the area, I sat and brainstormed a few ideas. I looked into several websites such as Behance, Pinterest, and took images from my visit and came up with a few ideations that can be viewed on the screen. And then I followed decision matrix method to finalize my concept. And the categories that I took in note is mentioned here: ergonomics, aesthetics, functionality, maintenance, innovation, and the future scope it has. So I came up with 5 different combinations of concepts as viewed here. And the one that the people chose, or as I say from what Google form I rolled out, was concept combination number 3 as viewed here. These are the product renders that I made on Autodesk Fusion 360. This is the park bench, or as known as the public bench, created using elements like marble and steel. And this is a solar powered lighting which provides lights after sunset. I have made use of dim yellow lighting because that is easy on the eye, and it makes sure it doesn't provide a lot of ergonomic situations for the end users. These are bollards that are present so as to create a form of unity when there's a lot of crowd, and this is a public street lamp. The implementation and future scope is a very important thing to note down, as my design is something big scale. So along with the discussion with my professor, I noted that the key elements or components that are needed is to get donations, be it small scale or large scale, and make sure you get a good, healthy partnership, and then also work on the cost effectiveness of the same, because every material that we use, there's a lot of material costs and weight cost that goes into it. And then sustainability and durability of the product, because it should be working for a long period of time. It should have a long scope. And yeah, also the future scope that these products have is an integration of a QR code in these products. So let's say I sit on the park bench, there will be a QR code for the end user to scan, and that will lead them to be interactive. Well, they have to wait for their bus to come, or they're just waiting for someone to arrive. This is a future scope so as to provide some sort of technology integration and doesn't keep them bored, because that's what people today look for, something that is interactive, something that is fun. And it also comes, all right, these is a 3D printed model of how my product will look in scene. Very small scale, but an idea for people to understand how it would look if put in a situation. I also put it on Autodesk Fusion 360. These are the 3D printed models. And then these are just a few posters that I created for the purpose of marketing, for the purpose of social media. I came up with a few names for the same after a lot of ideations. The park bench is known as the Padma Pita. Padma comes from the word lotus. It is a Sanskrit word. So I made use of that after my notable research from Hampi. And then Kodanda street lamp. Kodanda is the bow and arrow that Lord Sri Ram uses. So that is derived from that. And the Pushkarni Deepa post. Pushkarni is a very deep water reserve that used to be present in Hampi and used by the ancient kings. So the name is derived from that. I would like to conclude this presentation by saying Nanigalu, which means thank you in our language, Kannada. Thank you so much.
It was a wonderful presentation. The only question which I have is how you are making it as eco-friendly. Either the design it is or the product you are using that will make it eco-friendly.
The topic of eco-friendly has been addressed by making use of durable and sustainable materials. Well, the kind of steel or the kind of marble would be alternated with something that is more easier to find and more, doesn't have a lot of impact when put in a very harsh condition, such as the dusty situations and the pollution that it causes, and all of that notes. So that way, I would make sure of keeping the eco-friendliness intact.
The only suggestion which I'm not the designer, but I'll just have a general overview of the designs whenever I visited different organizations who are building the vast designs and architecture. The issue is that they are not focusing on the plant culture. So same goes with your design. Have you ever thought that a design where a plant could be added in a design itself could lead to more sustainable or more eco-friendly systems rather than just making a material eco-friendly? Can we add growing plants within the system, or the design could help in doing such sustainable development, or you can say the making the environment green?
Yes, that does make sense, and I think I could try incorporating that by putting these kind of designs in tourist spots, like I mentioned, Lal Bagh or Cubbon Park, or let's say the Vidhan Sauda. So by taking permissions and if they cooperate as well, I could get the plan aspect involved as well into my product so that it gains more eco-friendliness awareness.
At least
Yes,
we
ma'am.
can those plants which are like it does not have uh, deep roots, but they are more like provide green environment as well as some beauty to the complete design which you are making it.
Yes, ma'am, that makes sense. I would consider that in the future scope. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
Thank you.
Do I stop sharing my screen?
Yes, you can.
Or- Well, that's the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vaishnavi, for the presentation.
Thank you.
Yeah. So moving on for the next presenter, we have Angelo Rega with the paper title, Are Health Technologies Truly Accepted by Healthcare Professionals? Data from an Exploratory Study on Professionals Involved in Assisting People with Disabilities. So if you're here, you can start with your presentation, or any of the co-authors, if available. One of our presenters, I'll just quickly introduce. Yeah. So we have Patel Nirmal Rajnikant with the paper titled The EOQ Model in Service Industries, a case study of a hospital supply. So Nirmal, you may start with your presentation now.
Hello. My
Yes,
screen
you're
is
audible.
visible or not?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you. Now, today's my topic is the EOQ model in service industries, a case study of hospital supply chain. Now we see the abstract. This study investigates the difficult use of the economical order quantity model in the special setting of administration areas, zeroing in on the complexity present in the store network of a medical clinic. In the ever-changing field of healthcare service, the economical order quantity model, which is widely an essential component of inventory management in a manufacturing sector, is a modified and examined. In this model, in the context of applying the EOQ model to hospital supply chain, a case study often highlights the several key conclusions. That is the cost efficiency, improved resource management, adoption to demands fluctuation, integration with other model. Now we see the introduction. Stock organization accept a fundamental part in the smooth working of affiliation, ensuring among a natural market in order to reduce both holding cost and request cost. The EOQ model, which is based on, is helpful in determining the ideal request amounts. This study aims to address this issue by focusing on the specific challenges and changes accepted in the emergency clinical store network. Despite its progress in the traditional areas, its application is in assistant business remains understand. This is the mainly focus on the based on a EOQ model. Medical service provider often deal with various medical supplier like gloves, bandages, and other disposal item. The EOQ model helps determine the optimal order quantity that minimizes both holding cost and ordering cost. Now we see the research design to upgrade triangulation of information source and technique will be utilized to confirm the finding. Member checking and peer will be used. Quality will be generated through orderly information assortment and documentation of the exploration the cycle. The impact of lead time of supply chain efficiency. Now we see the validity and information. This is the real world scenario application of the EOQ model. Key performance indicator like inventory control, cost reduction, and operational efficiency will be used to determine how well the EOQ model works in the hospital supply chain. Similar investigation will be directed to evaluate the model's flexibility to the integrating difficulties of the Medicare administration industries. This is the real world application of EOQ model. This is the different world: manufacturing, agriculture, service industry, retail, healthcare. This is the EOQ model adaptation scheme. This is the visualizing the modifications made to the traditional EOQ model to suit the unique requirement of a service oriented industries and specifically healthcare. Now we see the validity and reliability. Now this powerful technique plans of applying the EOQ model in clinic supply chain contributing significant experience to both scholarly world and expert in the health arranged enterprises. Validity refers to the accuracy or truthfulness of measurement, ensuring that what is being measured actually reflects the intent outcome or derives the quality. In Medicare, there are several types of validity to consider, like a context validity, construct validity, phase validity. This is the impact of lead time on supply chain efficiency. Suppose that the customer satisfaction, inventory management, supply chain visibility, operational efficiency, supplier relationship, and competitive advantage. Now we see the demand pattern, historical demand for surgical gloves and masks. How many surgical gloves and masks be used in COVID-19 pandemic? This is the cost reduction main factor. Before, EOQ costs are often unnecessary high due to insufficient inventory level. After EOQ, and inventory cost is minimized. Main is efficiency. Before EOQ, inventory management is reactive and inconsistent. After EOQ, it becomes proactive and data is derived and predictable. This is the main risk of shortage. Before EOQ, stockouts may occur more frequently. After EOQ model implementation, safety stock levels are maintained. After EOQ implementation, the price is very low. Now the mainly focus on result and conclusion. With everything taken into account, the examination of the monetary sum model in the health organization setting of clinical facility supply chain has given sharp perspective into the adaptability inside the clinic consideration industries. Following the implementation model, significant improvement in the functional productivity, provider connection, and cost efficiency discovered by the reviewer. The conventional EOQ model needed to be carefully modified and evaluated in light of complementarity the emergency clinical store network, which was characterized by remarkable difficulties such as a lead time and fundamental concept of clinical suppliers. The model is tending to the economical order quantity administration arranged setting is shown by the positive result of determined lead times, work handling, and further develop the provider connection. Thank you.
Yes, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes.
Can you give me the major findings you have discovered while implementing or discussing about the EOQ model? The major findings.
Yes, ma'am. This is the COVID-19 pandemic. The how many gloves and mask other disposal item will be used? This paper will be represented.
You're going to do it in future or you have done already?
Yes, this is the medical service provider often deal with the various medical supplier like gloves, bandages, other disposal item. The EOQ model helps determines the optimal order quantity that minimize both holding cost and ordering cost.
So don't we show it through graphical representation that will give more meaning to the difference, or you can say the what actually has been spended, and if we have followed this model, the spending or the requirement will be like this. I think that will be more expressive in form of graphical format.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, right. This ensures that medical facility have the right amount of supplier without overstocking, which reduce the wastage and stockouts.
Yes, definitely. Since you have just compared it with the past experience and now you want this to be implemented in every sector of the medical
Yes,
industry,
ma'am. Yes.
in present scenario or in definitely in future scenario, they should able to optimize their requirement.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you going to give them as a solution, as a product solution or a service solution,
Yes.
then to present them, there should be a comparative chart that will show that actual with the normal uh, requirement or the using the manual system of requirement, the investment on the products was this and the wastage was this much. And but if we have followed this model, definitely it has been improved. So the chart will definitely bring out those results.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Another thing, how we are going to manage it with the number of patients coming in our hospital. So there may be a situation where certain uh, pandemic occurs or sometimes some uh, concurrent uh, functionality may occur due to which the patient number may increase. So in that situation, how this model can help the medical sector to handle these requirements or the cost of these requirements?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there? Yes.
Yes, yes. EOQ model offers a robust framework for inventory management in hospital. Its effectiveness is maximized when the adapted to the unique demands and variability of the healthcare environment.
So how the service provider or the person who is going to buy this service will understand this? How it is bringing the those things which you are saying that in special condition also it will give you the optimal result. How you can present it? Is there any case study you have done for that?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of case study other than the COVID one?
The essential target of this examination is to assess the validity of the EOQ model in the further developing stock control, lessening cost, or improving functional proficiency inside the setting of the medical clinic production network.
Actually, I was just asking you that if there is a special condition, do we have some variable in this model which will help us to control the outcome of this model?
I'm sorry, I can not understand.
Okay, you can take it into a future part of this model. The only thing is, when you are focusing on a single case study, there may
Okay.
be a possibility that we are not able to grab all the variables which are leading to the optimization of the requirement. Okay. So, in your case, you have considered the COVID condition.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So there may be several other conditions where variables may be different.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So you can put the same model to various different conditions and try to compare how the model is performing and how the other model, the traditional model, is performing, so that you will get to know how the performance of your model is better, and even if in certain scenario it is lacking, how you can improve by adding some more variables or controlling some particular variable. That will give a complete view of your model. And also, if you want to sell this model to some medical sector, uh, that comparison will definitely bring better results for you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sure.
All the best.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Thank you for the presentation. Moving on to the next one. Now we have Govardhan Sharma with the paper title, A Personalized Culinary Experience Through the Collaborative Filtering Algorithms and Ingredient Customization. So Govardhan, you can start your presentation now.
Yes, ma'am. Now my screen is visible.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So hello everyone. My name is Govardhan Sharma and I am a final year student at JSPM Rajarasi Shaw College of Engineering, Pune. Together with my group member Rohit, Tejas, Aditya, and Dhanraj, we have worked on a paper aimed at revolutionizing the food delivery system. Our research introduces a system that allows user to customize meal ingredients based on dietary preferences, restrictions, and nutritional needs. Utilizing an item-based collaborative filtering algorithm, the system integrally recommends personalized meal options by analyzing food habits and offering exciting new combination. Our goal is to enhance customer satisfaction, promote healthier eating choices, and support the growth of the food delivery industry through advanced technology. We have addressed the problem by introducing a system that allow users to customize their meal according to preferences and restriction, providing greater flexibility and convenience by implementing an item-based collaborative filtering algorithm. The system analyzes user behavior, food habits to offer personalized meal recommendation. This approach ensures that the recommendations are tailored to individual tastes, while also introducing users to new and exciting food combination. Ultimately, our solution enhances the overall dining experience and promote healthier eating choices. In today's culinary world, by enhancing experience is crucial. By leveraging collaborative filtering algorithm, we can offer personalized ingredient customization. This approach not only improve your user satisfaction but also foster creativity in cooking. Let's explore how technology can transform your culinary adventures. Understanding collaborative filtering. Collaborative filtering is a technique used in a recommendation system. It analyzes user preferences and behaviors to suggest ingredients based on similar tastes. By understanding how different users interact with food, we can provide tailored recommendations that enhance the cooking experience. The role of personalization. Personalization in cooking allow individual to create dishes that reflect their unique tastes. By using algorithm to analyze preferences, we can recommend customized ingredients that culinary process more enjoyable. Benefits of ingredient customization. Customizing ingredients leads to several benefits: enhance flavor profile, reduce food wastage, and improve satisfaction. By allowing users to select ingredients based on their preferences, we can create dishes that are not delicious but also tailored to individual tastes and health needs. Case study in culinary app. Several culinary apps have successfully implemented collaborative filtering for instance platform like Yummy and Tasty utilize user data to suggest recipe and ingredients. These case studies demonstrate the effectiveness of personalized recommendation in enhancing user engagement and satisfaction. Challenges in implementation. Despite the advantages, challenges exist in implementing collaborative filtering. Issues such as data sparsity, privacy concern, and algorithm bias can hinder effectiveness. Addressing these challenges is crucial for developing a robust system that truly enhances culinary experiences. Future trends in culinary technology. The future of culinary technology lies in the integration of AI and machine learning with collaborative filtering. Emerging trends include real-time ingredient suggestion and enhanced user interfaces that adapt to changing preferences, promising a more interactive cooking experience. User engagement strategies. To maximize the impact of personalized ingredient customization, engaging user through feedback mechanism is essential. Gather user insight and enhance the overall experience, fostering a community of passionate cooks and food enthusiasts. And at last, the conclusion is being taught by my friend Tejas, which is also there in the meeting. Hello, Tejas.
So yeah, conclusion and the future of the cooking. In conclusion, leveraging collaborative filtering algorithms for personalized ingredient customization can significantly enhance the culinary experience by embracing the technology. We can create more satisfying, enjoyable, tailored cooking adventures that can resonate with the individual preference and foster creativity. Yeah, that's what about.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, so have you done some experiments also? The coding part also you have done for this collaborative filtering?
Yes, ma'am. We are building an application. So yeah, that's what our final web project is.
So this is just your synopsis. Your
Yeah.
synopsis.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you must be learning recommendation systems in your synopsis.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
Yes, sir. So how do you think the recommendation system has changed the buying behavior of the users?
So ma'am, it can significantly impact on individuals. So like what I am preferring, so it can get recommended to me. So it improves the user experience. So they can order like how the individual is. So they can order like that.
Okay, so if we talk about your project, which you are focusing, where you are going to focus on the recipes based on the content or the ingredients, and you're going to apply the collaborative filtering. Okay,
Okay.
so how if there is there may be a different kinds of collaborative filtering, whether it will be feature based filtering which you're going to focus, or content based filtering.
Ma'am, it's a content-based filtering. Actually, it's the item-based collaborative filtering, which commonly used in recommendation systems.
So why you have chosen the item based filtering, not why feature based filtering? Is there any specific purpose of
We are
choosing?
we are recommending the dishes previously by the same person that has been created. So yeah, I thought key item-based filtering would be the preferably good choice for it.
Do you have any idea how this basically works? The content filtering or the item based filtering?
Yes, ma'am. If the same person are ordering the same thing, so if the third person comes from the same category, the same food that has been ordered previously by the two persons, that will get recommended to him directly. If their food choices are the same, so the third person will get the same recommendations according to the uh, previous persons that has bought them.
Okay, that's a good thing you know this. Now, if you have launched an app, the
Okay.
first time app, okay,
Okay.
where you are asking the user to come and see the recipes, and at that first time when the user is coming, how will you recommend the recipe to that person
So we will
if
not.
you are using content filtering?
So if they are new, then they can choose the preferences that has been recommended at the front slide. Like if they love to eat ice creams, if they love to eat the different cuisines that has been available in the different states in India. So if they are choosing this, then they can get recommended the same items that has been stored in our database. So yeah, that's what.
So do you know the problem of cold start in content filtering?
No,
Cold
ma'am.
start. Oh, actually, when we are using the content filtering,
Okay.
or you can say the collaborative filtering using the item method, there is a issue called cold start. Since we don't have the preferences or the groups at the beginning of the system, when we are starting a system like you're starting an app of food recommendations, since you
Okay.
don't have the user's information, or the user will belong to which kind of category, then in the beginning of you can say uh, a long duration, at least 10 to 15 days, you can say that, or you can even say for a year, there will be an issue to recommend a proper food or proper item to the user. So this is basically the cold start problem.
Okay.
So that is being encountered whenever we are using the collaborative filtering, specifically using the item method, item selection method.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
in my opinion, you should follow the hybrid approach, where you will not going to find the issue of the cold start. Okay,
Okay, ma'am. We will definitely try it out.
all the best. Thank you
Okay.
from my.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for the presentation. Now, moving on to the next presenter.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have Shweta BN with the paper title Comprehensive Review of Techniques for Forecasting Electricity Consumption. Ma'am Shweta, if you're here, you can start with your presentation. Well, I guess she's not here in the session. Moving on to the next one. We have Surendra Solanki with the paper title Deep Learning Methods for accurate modulation, recognition, and radio signals. So, Sir Suren or any of the co-authors of this paper, if available in the session, may start with your presentation. Yes, we don't have them too. Moving on to the next one. So we have Rong R. Yang with the paper title Transformations in Maritime Bill of Lading Processes, a comparative analysis before and after blockchain technology implementation. Do we have Rong in this session? Present also. So we'll just wait for 2 to 5 more minutes and then we can conclude the session, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so we are done with all the papers for this session. And that brings us to the conclusion of the session, and I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentation and contribution in this session, and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough for you all. We, on behalf of the whole team, thank you for the support during this third version and all the previous 2 versions of the conference. We will be happy to have you in the 4th version in 2025. All the presenters would be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days. Further, all the papers have already forwarded to the Springer. The publication will be live within 6 months, so kindly cooperate with the team of ISBM 2024. I'd also like to thank our session chair for chairing this session, and here is a small token of appreciation on behalf of the team of ISBM, Global Knowledge Research Foundation and partners. So thank you so much for your valuable presence, ma'am. Would you like to give some closing remarks to the participants?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Definitely. Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, please.
My name is Papa Isaju. I have to present my work, my presentation.
Okay, so this was the very first presenter. We called out your name, but you weren't present
Yeah,
at that time. Yeah.
Papa Isaju.
Got it. We can take it at the end, right?
Yes, you can take it first, then I'll going to give my remarks. Okay.
Sure, ma'am. Yeah. So just give me
Okay.
a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So now we have Papa Isadiok with the paper title, A Deep Analysis of the Integration of Big Data Analytics in Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises, SMEs, for Sustainable Development. So you may go ahead with your presentation now.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, good morning, everyone. Thank you to allow me to present my research paper under the theme deep analysis of the integration of big data analytics in small and medium enterprise for sustainable development. The outline of this presentation as follows. First, we have the introduction into the research methodology. Through we present you the relative work for the identification of small and medium enterprise that can use big data. 5, we will discuss and give you the key challenge. 6, we will conclude the presentation, and 7, we will give you our future work. So to start, in the introduction, small and medium enterprise are a category of company that may intend to make a profit and occupy a competitive position in their market. They contribute significantly of economy of a country and by improving the promoting growth and employment. Also, around the world, the definition of small and medium enterprise vary are quite differently. Indeed, each country has established explicit criteria that govern this definition, like number of employees, annual turnover, annual income. Also, Small and medium enterprises are known for low capitalization, limited staff, and low level of IT. So in Africa, small and medium enterprise faces the following challenge like high taxes, low capitalization, accessing credit, lack of institution, limited staff and lack of expertise, low level of IT, and low capitalization. So with several challenges like lack of infrastructure, high tax, heavy regulation, low level of IT. In Africa, small and medium enterprise struggle to the business environment and many reports show us the high mortality rate of small and medium enterprise in Africa. So to know the market trend and have a better customer knowledge and improve the management process, the principal problem is how to enhance the small and medium enterprise competitiveness with big data analytics for the sustainable development in Africa. We give 3 questions to do the research work. Like first, does a small and medium enterprise have the necessary resource to profit from big data analytics? How can big data analytics enable a small and medium enterprise to be competitive in Africa? Three, how can big data analytics and artificial intelligence help small and medium enterprise in the decision-making process? So the goal of our study is to give an overview of small and medium enterprise in Africa, big data analytics, artificial intelligence, propose a big data taxonomy, a data discussion, and open issue. Also, to conduct the research, we use a systematic literature review to answer our research question and analyze the work on small and medium enterprise in Africa. In the following database, like Google Scholar, E3E Explore, Science Direct, Springer, and GSTR. So we have the following result. On the other hand, on the one hand, we have on the paper published with a specific keyword between 2016 and 2024 on Google Scholar, and the other hand, on the specific database like Science Direct, Springer, or E3 Explore, we have the paper published between 2016 and 2024 with specific keyword like artificial intelligence in Africa, big data in Africa. So with all these paper in big data analytics, artificial intelligence applied to small and medium enterprise, the contribution are for the small and medium enterprise as to give them a real-time solution to improve their decision making, give them opportunity to have insight on consumption habit, needs, customer behavior, a database business optimization, a competitive advantage, increasing revenue and profit. So also, we study, also after we study the relative work, we propose a big data taxonomy, which we have the dimension like sources, volume, format, ligand form, analytics, artificial intelligence. And also, and each dimension have subdimension with connect. Also, we found by exploring the scientific literature on big data on an SME, we have identified issues that we have grouped under the different themes such as data, technology, finance, management, organization, legality. For example, in data, we have the issue like complexity, privacy, and technology, compatibility, complexity, and suitable software. Also, we propose a categorization of small and medium enterprise according to big data. Indeed, to give the small and medium enterprise in Africa to have the opportunity to use to adopt the big data, we give them the opportunity to manage them efficiently by categorizing each enterprise with the data that can use. For category 1, we can have a small and medium enterprise that can use IoT data, reference data, web and social method data associated with the business sector, activity sector. In category 2, we can have reference data, IoT data. Category 3, reference data, web data, and social media data. In category 4, only reference data. For the open issue, in Africa, small and medium enterprise face many issues, including poor IT infrastructure, lack of expert, financial resources, and in-house skills. And also, to adopt big data, they also face number of challenges involving managing data source, visualization, data collection, data storage, and processing. Despite the benefits of big data, many some managers tend to stick to the traditional method that have proven successful in the past. So the open issue is digitalization of data. Small and medium enterprise in Africa lack of digital technology, with some still relying on manual processes and paper documents to store information. Also, in the technology infrastructure, many small and medium enterprises are centralizing their activity around the ERP system to automate their processes and improve their management. For data collection, data sources and collection, with a wide range of data sources, including social network, sensor, and the web, it is essential to guarantee the availability, presentation, and life cycle of data. For data storage and processes, many small and medium enterprises rely on paper or Excel spreadsheet for data storage due to the lack of appropriate database management system. And also the traditional management system shows the limitation in the face of large and diverse data. For data analysis and presentation, it will be hard to understand the phenomena and the trend in the result of the data analysis because of the low skill of the sub manager. Raising awareness and reorganizing business model, many small and medium enterprise managers are reluctant to change their traditional business model, fearing change in the organizational structure and interdepartmental relationships. For data security, with the multiple increasing of cyber attack and lack of awareness of the threat by some employee, it will be very difficult to them to ensure the data security. For data protection and regulation, it is important for to have the trust on the customer to allow small and medium enterprise to have the competitive advantage. Also, we notice the complexity and strict regulation given by the government. Cost of big data adoption in small and medium enterprise. Small and medium enterprise in Africa have difficult to buy intuitive software because they are very expensive. Also, to help them to adopt the big data, they have difficulties to living to budget, being overestimated their project, and also they don't see the necessity of the return of investment. To conclude this presentation, we review the small and medium enterprise in Africa. We review on the literature on big data analytics, and artificial intelligence. Propose a big data taxonomy. Categorize small and medium enterprise according to big data. In our future work, we intend to study big data system, study a big data architecture suitable for African small and medium enterprise, deal with issues related to data collection, storage, and analyze it for African small and medium enterprise, propose a data governance policy for sustainable development, and study the cost of implementing a big data project for small and medium enterprise. Thank you for your attention.
What technology we are going to plan to implement all these things you are just planning for in future related to big tech?
So we not decide for this moment to choose a specific technology. We have to go to the small and medium enterprise in Africa to study their specific technology they use. They use sometimes the basic technology, and we want to have the right approaches to give them the appropriate technology will cost with less cost possible.
So you're going to require cost model for this when you'll deal with the selection of big technology, the requirement and the cost model.
Well, yes, and also we want to we want to exactly give them
Okay.
a software, a specific software with
Okay.
ERP system, which
Okay.
can combine with technology of Adobe, and we give them a specific visualization that can be easy for them. And also, we want to integrate the technology of AI, especially with AI generative, to help them, because many of the managers don't have the high skill of education to take rightfully the information of their business.
Okay, so there may be a three step plan for that. The first thing is the requirement with the cost model. Second will be the awareness and the you can say the training purpose, and then third will be the implementation.
Yes.
So I think the presentation was really very well presented. The questions were properly answered. It was really a good presentation. All the best from my side.
Thank you.
So in the end, I'll just give my remark. All the presenters presented wonderfully their presentations, and it was my privilege, or you can say the great opportunity, that I was able to listen all the problems you have researched in your presentations. The only thing is that there should be a more clarity of the idea, and the if we take it to a outcome based research, that will be a more fruitful for us also and for our organization also. So whatever you are planning to do, whether it is a big data technology or whether you are presenting a design for the better infrastructure, any other thing which we are giving to our uh, uh, as an outcome of our research, it should be more like a cost effective, as well as in terms of implementation, it should reach to the society, just not dumped into our papers or in our thesis. This is only the takeaway which I can give you. All the best from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your feedback. Now, I just request you all to please turn on your cameras for a quick snapshot. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.